Get Mike back here. Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
All persons not entitled to privileges of the floor under the rules of the Senate must now vacate the chamber.
Please rise for the invocation by Deacon Michael Lynch, Good Shepherd Catholic Church, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
In his letter to the Philippians, St. Paul reminds us that our citizenship is in heaven. But before we reach our eternal reward, God has placed us on earth to do the work and the service that He has given to each of us. And so I ask that God will guide the councils of this assembly, that its members may work together in harmony, drawing on the wisdom of God for the good of all the people of our Commonwealth. In all that the leaders of our state do, may God's name be hallowed. May our leaders work to accomplish His will while we are on earth, as His will is accomplished already in heaven. For the eyes of the Lord are on those who fear Him, on those who hope in His unfailing love. May we all hope in God's love for us. And may the Lord our God bless the Senate. May He bless our state, our country, and our world with civility and with peace. And may He hear the individual and communal prayers of all of us gathered here. I ask all of these in the name of the God of heaven and earth. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, no, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funke Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens, Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howe, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemus, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers, Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition for the purpose of answering the roll? Seeing none, there being 33 members present, a quorum is declared. The Senate is authorized and prepared to do business. First order of business would be excuse of absent senators. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the absent senators be excused, please.
Without objection, the absent senators are excused. Next order of business will be approval of the journal. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the Journal from Tuesday, February 24th, 2026 be approved as written.
Without objection, the Journal from Tuesday, February 24th, 2026 is approved as written. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, thank you. We welcome all of our guests that were with us today in the annex. Saw a lot of our local officials, especially our city mayors for KLC, as well as others that were throughout the annex. We also welcome all those that are watching us live from KET, as well as live stream today as we conduct the business of Day 34 of this legislative session, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator from Taylor. Before we go on with our regular course of business, Chair would recognize Senator from Grayson.
Thank you, Mr. President. The clerk of the House is here to communicate with our Senate.
Madam Clerk.
Mr. President, the House has passed House Bills 1, 422, 568, 627, and respectfully requests concurrence of this honorable body.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we will go on to our regular orders, second reading of bills on the calendar. Mr. Clerk, do you have a report? Please continue.
For Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, report of second reading of bills on the calendar. Senate Bill 37, an act designating the state dog breed, Senator Webb. Senate Bill 157, an act relating to the total net income limits on loans secured by a mortgage, Senator Howell. Senate Bill 189, an act relating to the regulation of virtual currency kiosks, Senator Rawlings. Senate Bill 214, an act relating to the Department of Agriculture and declaring an emergency, Senator Howell. And Senate Joint Resolution 54, a joint resolution directing the Department of Libraries and Archives and the Cabinet for Health and Family Services to cooperate in exploring ways to increase enrollment in Dolly Parton's Imagination Library programs, Senator Chambers Armstrong.
Conclude your report. Thank you, sir. All those bills and resolutions having received their second reading are now in the possession of the Rules Committee for further action. Next order of business would be report of committees. Mr. Clerk, you have a report?
I do.
Please report.
The Appropriations and Revenue Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 11 should pass to rules with Senate Committee Sub 1. Senate Bill 41 should pass. Senate Bill 57 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1 and Senate Committee Sub 2. Senate Bill 59 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. Senate Bill 125 should pass to rules with Senate Committee Sub 1 and Sub 2. The Senate Bill 191 should pass to rules with Senate Committee Sub 1. The Health Services Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 137 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. Senate Bill 173 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. The Natural Resources and Energy Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 178 should pass. Senate Concurrent Resolution 66 should pass. And the State and Local Government Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 53 should pass. Senate Bill 192 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 290 should pass. And House Bill 314 should pass to rules.
Does that complete your report?
It does.
All those bills and resolutions receiving favorable committee report shall be considered as having their first reading and are ordered to be placed upon the calendar. House Bill 314 has already received a prior reading and now is in the possession of the Rules Committee for further action. Senate Bill 11, 57, 125, and 151 have been reported favorably from the committee, and having previously received readings are now in the possession of the Rules Committee as well. With that, next order of business would be introduction of new bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, please report.
New bills and resolutions. Senate Bill 244, an act relating to transportation, Senator Higdon. Senate Bill 245, an act relating to tobacco, nicotine, and or vapor product licensure and declaring an emergency, Senator Webb. Senate Resolution 117, resolution designating February 23rd through February 27th, 2026 as Public Schools Week in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Senator Storm. Senate Resolution 118, resolution adjourning the Senate in honor and loving memory of Joseph H. Mattingly, Jr., Senator Higdon.
Does that conclude your report?
It does.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next order of business would be orders of the day. Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. The orders are displayed before us. If you would, please report to the clerk that we will be passing over Senate Bill 33 and Senate Bill 56, Mr. President.
Without objection.
They retain their place in the regular orders.
Without objection, Mr. Clerk, please reflect that. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, with that, I move that Senate Bill 98 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 98, an act relating to welding safety. Senator Wheeler.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Pike for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Pike.
Mr. President, good to be back with everyone today. Senate Bill 98 is a very simple little bill, and I promised in caucus I would try to stay under 2 minutes, and I'm going to let you hold me to my word. All Senate Bill 98 does, it says on very specific projects where American Welding Society standards are applicable, that if they're in the designs, that they will be inspected by somebody certified in American Welding Society standards. Now, generally these apply for structural buildings, bridges, types of structures that are heavy load bearing, and these welding standards are very exact so that we don't have structural collapses that could potentially kill or maim tens, 50s, or hundreds of people potentially. And we've actually had an occasion where this has happened in Kentucky, in the senator from McCracken's district, former home in Marshall County. They actually had a structure at a school collapse. Thankfully, it was on a weekend, but when a subsequent inspection was done, it was shown that the welds were not inspected appropriately. And had children been there that day, there might have been deaths. Now, this exact same legislation has passed the House unanimously on 3 occasions. So this is a good, simple bill. It makes sure that our people are safe. It reduces the Commonwealth's liability. It reduces the liability of the people that build these structures by ensuring that they're appropriately inspected. There were some slight changes made. You do not have to bring in a specific inspector from off-site. If you have somebody working for you that is certified by the American Welding Society, they can inspect those welds. So this is a very simple little bill. It's about public safety, and it simply says, follow the designs. Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I move for passage of Senate Bill 98, sir.
The matter before the body, 1 minute and 43 seconds after is passage of Senate Bill 98. Any members seeking recognition for the purpose of question or discussion on the bill? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funke Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howe. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. No. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemus. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith.
Senator from Perry, please cast your vote. Then explain, limited to 3 minutes.
Yes, I won't take 3 minutes, but I cast an aye vote, and I just wanted to say, I know that Representative Bobby McCool, who's a Marine and worked over at our school, tech school, teaching welding for years, has worked very diligently and passionately on this issue for a long time, and I think he's a wonderful guy, and I trust his judgment on this, and so I do truly appreciate the work done today, and I appreciate his service to our nation, our country, and I'm happy to vote aye.
Senator Stivers,
Aye.
Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition for the purpose of casting, changing, or explaining their vote? Seeing none, there being 33 yeas, 4 nays, Senate Bill 98 is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 122 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 122, an act relating to alternative sentences. Senator Rocky Adams.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the senator from Jefferson 36 for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Jefferson 36.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased to present to the Chamber Senate Bill 122. Kentucky has one of the highest rates of kids impacted by parental incarceration in the country. We have a justice system that was largely designed for single people. Senate Bill 122 was introduced in response. A significant percentage of incarcerated individuals in our Commonwealth are parents or caregivers, and most are serving time for nonviolent offenses. This isn't just true for incarcerated Kentuckians, but also Kentuckians under probation or parole. Over the past couple of years, many stakeholders, including judges, prosecutors, defense attorneys, child welfare professionals, and community organizations, have worked together to find a solution. Senate Bill 122 updates our existing alternative sentencing statutes to further empower judges to find a sentence that balances a defendant's needs with their responsibilities as a caregiver. When a caregiver is incarcerated, the impact extends beyond that individual. Children may experience housing instability, economic hardship, academic disruptions, higher ACE scores, or entry into foster care. At the same time, incarceration is one of the most expensive and least effective tools available in our justice system. The issue that gave rise to Senate Bill 122 was not whether accountability should exist. It absolutely should. The question was whether our sentencing statutes clearly give judges the tools they need to consider caregiving responsibilities when establishing the appropriate sentence. The purpose of Senate Bill 122 is to modernize and strengthen Kentucky's existing sentencing framework by giving judges one more tool in their toolbox. And Mr. President, at this time, I yield to the senator from Laurel for action on floor amendment number 1.
Senator from Laurel.
Mr. President, please ask the clerk to report Senate floor amendment number 1 to Senate Bill 122.
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 122.
Senator from Laurel.
Thank you, Mr. President. This floor amendment to Senate Bill 122 is crafted to address concerns voiced by some circuit court judges as well as some members of this body during the hearing on the bill before the Judiciary Committee. The judges expressed concerns with the language as drafted and offered alternative language that amends the existing sentencing statute that sets forth factors that judges must consider. At their suggestion, we did a lot of work on this, and their suggestions did in fact make a lot of sense as we address the concerns of the members of this body and of those judges. In consultation with the primary sponsor, this floor amendment was drafted, creating a new separate section for caretakers as the original bill does. Instead it amends KRS 533.010. It provides that judges shall consider a person's status as a caretaker along with others, all defendants, Mr. President, not just a single set of individuals. The amendment also importantly expands the definition of caretakers. The original bill defined a caretaker as someone who had consistently assumed responsibility for housing, health, education, safety, or support of a dependent child. At the suggestion of the judges who participated in the discussions, those would be Judge Summey of Kenton Circuit, Judge Ward of Campbell Circuit, Judge Ashlock of Hardin Circuit, Judge Gabhart of Bourbon Scott Woodford, Judge Hendricks of Logan Todd Circuit, Judge Ralph of Kenton Family Court, Judge Shoemaker from Bracken, Fleming, Mason, as well as Judge Ward out of Madison Clark and Judge Maddox out of Bourbon Scott and Woodford. We carefully crafted this floor amendment, and it expands the definition of a caretaker to include people who are caring for other family members as well as those who are dependent on the defendant for housing, health, education, safety, or support. The definition also includes women who give birth while awaiting sentencing or who are pregnant at the time of awaiting sentencing. By moving this language to the existing sentencing statute the judges currently use for all defendants and expanding the definition of a caretaker to a broader group of people, we believe this has addressed the concerns about the creation of a potential two-tiered system because caregiver status of all defendants can now be considered, Mr. President. Importantly, this floor amendment does not reduce or eliminate a judge's discretion. Judges are not required to probate a caretaker. And to be considered for a caretaker, the defendant has the burden of presenting evidence that supports this claim, Mr. President. Mr. President, if there are no questions, I move adoption of Senate Floor Amendment Number 1 to Senate Bill 122.
The matter before the body is adoption of Senate Floor Amendment Number 1. Any member seeking recognition on this amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Floor Amendment Number 1 is adopted. Senator from Jefferson 36. Motion on the bill is amended.
Yes, I'll finish up. What I want to say in closing is that this legislation does not mandate probation. It does not eliminate incarceration as an option, and it does not reduce criminal penalties. Its purpose is to support informed sentencing decisions within the existing framework of Kentucky law. This bill reflects collaboration, as my friend, the senator from Laurel, expressed, collaboration with members of the judiciary, organizations working with children and families impacted by this issue, advocates, and legislators. And I do want to make a special acknowledgement to Representative Nick Wilson for his passion in promoting this legislation as he has a companion bill in the House. So it is a clarification of the law and not a departure from the law. So, Mr. President, if there are no questions, I move for passage of Senate Bill 122 as amended by Floor Amendment Number 1.
The matter before the body is passage of Senate Bill 122 as amended. Senator from Pike, I'm not sure that you hit your button. Okay. I didn't see you in the chamber until just then.
I got pulled off him.
Senator from Pike.
I speak on the bill, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
I just want to thank the senator from Jefferson 36 and the senator from Laurel for working on this bill. I had some concerns about it. Apparently a very popular radio program even picked it up on them, but I thought it might actually create some sort of iniquities in the justice system. And I would like to commend the senator from Laurel and the senator from Jefferson 36 for really working hard to come up with a good final product that I think effectuates reuniting families while at the same time encouraging responsibility. Both of them have been completely open to discussion throughout the process. It's clear that this bill comes from a place of both compassion and responsibility, and it's just a honor to know and work with such two fine people that have really put in a lot of hard work to make this legislation happen. My own family has even suffered from the scourge of addiction. I have a brother and sister who have both gone through this, and I have had parents that have had to step into the void that is often felt. And sometimes that's necessary, and sometimes that's even the best thing to happen. But, when we can keep families together, when we can get people back on the right track, I think that's always preferable, because grandparents do deserve to be grandparents. And so I want to thank both of them for this work, and I'm proudly going to cast an aye vote.
Any other members seeking recognition? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funke Frommeyer.
Senator from Campbell, cast your vote, then explain.
Yes, Mr. President. I'd like to cast an aye vote and acknowledge and maybe even duplicate what our senator from Pike had to say. Senator from Laurel and Senator from Jefferson, I'm incredibly grateful for your deep dive into our concerns. And of course, I represent a very densely populated area, but certainly very familiar issues that we have throughout the state. And very grateful that the senator from Laurel really dug into the depth and the understanding that I truly don't have myself, but have heard from them for the last 2 legislative sessions. And this is some important, meaningful legislation for our families. And I think we're all dedicated to being the strongest family state that we possibly can in the state of Kentucky. And this is meaningful legislation, and I thank them for their work, and I proudly cast an aye.
Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howe. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemus. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any members seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? Senator from Scott, limited to 3 minutes.
Mr. President, it won't take long. I want to change my vote. I've been conflicted about this for weeks, and thought about this almost nonstop since we talked about it in caucus, and I go back and forth, and I feel silly voting no and changing my vote, but I am going to change to a yes vote.
Any other members seeking recognition? Seeing none, there being 35 yeas, 2 nays, Senate Bill 122 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, that concludes the orders of the day.
Senator from Taylor, people seem sad. Do we want to put a few more things on the
Exactly.
orders?
Hey, it's a quiet day in here, Mr. President. It's not a
We can do
Friday.
that. Do you have a motion? We can do it right now.
Absolutely. Mr. President, I move that the Senate recess for a meeting of the Rules Committee and Committee on Committees at the clerk's desk, please.
This body shall be in recess until call of the chair.
Senate will come to order. Next order of business is report of committees. Mr. Clerk, please report.
For Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, the Rules Committee has met and posted the following bills to the regular orders for Thursday, February 26th, 2026. Senate Bill 37, Senate Bill 157, Senate Bill 214, and House Bill 314. And the Committee on Committees has met and referred the following bills and resolutions for Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, to Appropriations and Revenue, Senate Bill 6, to Education, Senate Bill 207 and House Bill 1, to Judiciary, Senate Bills 131 and 193, to State and Local Government, Senate Joint Resolutions 62 and 75, and to the Senate floor, Senate Resolutions 113 and 114.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. That concludes that order of business. Next order of business is motions, petitions, resolutions, communications, and announcements. Senator from Taylor.
Make a motion, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, I move that House Bill 1 be taken from the Education Committee, given its first reading, and returned to the Education Committee.
Chair hearing no objection. Mr. Clerk, please report. House Bill 1.
House Bill 1, an act implementing the Federal Education Opportunity Program in Kentucky.
Let the record reflect that House Bill 1 has been taken from committee, given a first reading, and returned to the Education Committee. Members seeking recognition of this order of business, please join the queue. Senator from Marion, what purpose?
Thank you, Mr. President. To act on a Senate resolution.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Would have the clerk to call Senate Resolution 57, read it by title only.
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Resolution 57 by title.
Senate Resolution 57, resolution honoring Father Patrick McDowell on the occasion of his ordination into the priesthood. Senator Higdon.
Senator from Marion.
Move for its adoption.
Motion for the body's adoption of Senate Resolution number 57. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Resolution 57 is adopted. Members, if we could please have the conversations to a minimum. It is difficult to hear in the chamber. Please keep the conversations to a minimum. Senator from Grayson, what purpose do you wish to be recognized?
Announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed with your announcement.
Just a reminder to our Health Services Committee members that we're having a special called meeting immediately upon adjournment here. The subject matter is using artificial intelligence as a transformational tool for rural health. To that end, if any other members are interested, I'd encourage you to attend. The presentation will last about an hour, but I think you'll find it very interesting. Thank you.
Members of the committee, please take note. Senator from Laurel, what purpose?
Announcement.
Please proceed with your announcement.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Kentucky Aviation Association will have a reception tonight at the Foundry from 5 to 8. All members are welcome.
Thank you, sir. Senator from Pike, what purpose? Please proceed.
The Economic Development Committee meeting will meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. One bill on the agenda. Members, please take note.
Committee members, Economic Development, you have a meeting tomorrow. Senator from Hardin, what purpose?
Announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed with your announcement.
Just a reminder that tomorrow, VMAP will be meeting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., so please be prompt. We do have one bill before us tomorrow, so just remember, tomorrow VMAP will be meeting.
VMAP members, 8 a.m., bright and early. Please take note. Senator from Fayette 12, what purpose?
Act on a resolution.
Please proceed.
Would you have the clerk please read resolution number 60 in its entirety, please?
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Resolution number 60 and report that in its entirety.
Senate Resolution 60, resolution honoring the YMCA on the organization's 175th anniversary in the U.S., whereas the Young Men's Christian Association, the YMCA, marks its 175th anniversary in the U.S. in 2026, having been founded this country by Thomas Valentine Sullivan at the Old South Church in Boston on December 29, 1851. Whereas inspired by the YMCA movement in England, The organization has carried on the mission to put Christian principles into practice by building healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. Whereas the YMCA has continually adapted to meet the evolving needs of American communities, strengthening society by bringing people together, fostering relationships, and creating a sense of belonging. And whereas the YMCA's legacy includes providing safe housing during the Industrial Revolution, pioneering the first night school and English as a second language class, and inventing basketball and providing the first group swimming lessons, whereas the YMCA served as the birthplace of Father's Day, with the first celebration held at the YMCA in Spokane, Washington in 1910, and established the Youth and Government Program in 1936, a premier civic engagement initiative that continues until today and led humanitarian efforts during wartime, including the work of John R. Mott, YMCA leader, and President Woodrow Wilson's General Secretary for the National War Work Council, who received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1946 for undertaking such efforts. Whereas the YMCA has become the nation's leading nonprofit provider of child care and after-school programs since the 1970s and 80s, and to support working families has served as the leading provider of emergency child care for frontline workers, and was a significant provider of food during the coronavirus pandemic. Whereas today, nearly 2,600 YMCAs serve more than 10,000 communities across each state and territory, with more than 300,000 staff and 350,000 volunteers, delivering essential programs to over 17 million people annually, including almost 11 million adults and 6.5 million children and youth. Whereas 17 YMCAs, 3,000 staff members, and hundreds of volunteers in Kentucky provide critical services including child care, after-school enrichment, summer camps, teen leadership programs, swim safety lessons, senior wellness programs, and access to nutritious meals to more than 150,000 individuals annually. Whereas the YMCA is a leader in providing swim lessons, camping programs, youth sports, meal programs, lifestyle, health and fitness and well-being programs, and is the largest provider of fitness programs for older adults. Whereas the YMCA serves people of all ages, all backgrounds, and all abilities, creating spaces where all people feel welcome, are treated with respect, and find opportunities to connect with their neighbors. Whereas YMCAs across the nation are working to build stronger, more connected communities through international experiences that help people achieve their goals, foster connections, and promote well-being in order to build relationships and to thrive. And now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the General Assembly of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the members of the Senate hereby honor and express appreciation to the YMCA for 175 years of service to the nation and recognize the YMCA's role in responding to community needs, fostering belonging, creating connections, and supporting families and individuals across the generations.
Senator from Fayette, 12.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I know that was a little bit long, but when you've been this active for 175 years, there's a lot to brag about. And the YMCA in our state is a vital partner and a strong community asset that many of us enjoy. I won't ask how many of this room are members of the YMCA, but I would guess if I did, many of us would have raised our hands over the years. I know my own family at different times has been in and out, doing swim programs, basketball, playing soccer. They provide vital assistance in schools in the summertime. Many camp programs keep our parents working when they don't have an opportunity to have childcare at home. And if you wanted to know what was going on in Lexington, I would always say just go to the YMCA, because they're all talking about whatever's hot. And you can find out it whether you're in a gym room or on the elliptical. People were talking about what's important, and it's a great community asset in Fayette County. Even last night, I got home and wasn't sure where my son was, and he was with my brother at the YMCA training for the Spartan Run. And so I'm very grateful for what the YMCA does, not just in Lexington, but throughout our state. And just want to take a few minutes and recognize how much we appreciate the volunteerism and the asset they are to many in our communities. And with that, I would move for adoption of Senate Resolution 60.
Motion for the body is on adoption of Senate Resolution 60. All those in favor of the motion for adoption say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Resolution 60 is adopted. Record will reflect that we are honoring 175 years of the YMCA. Senator from Bullitt, what purpose?
Communicate with the body, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Tonight will be city night, a reception at 4:30 at the History Center.
Members, please take note. Senator from Davis, you wish to be recognized. What purpose?
Mr. President, co-sponsorship request.
Please proceed.
With the permission of the sponsor, Senate Bill 196. And I have the paperwork.
Thank you, sir. Senator from Henderson, what purpose?
Mr. President, I have a co-sponsor request.
Please proceed.
With the permission of the primary sponsor, I move to be added as co-sponsor to Senate Bill 226, and I have the proper paperwork.
Thank you, sir. Senator from Boone 20, what purpose?
Announcement, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed with your announcement.
The Assembly Ball Club of Frankfort, Kentucky welcomes all members to the Assembly Ball tomorrow night at the Governor's Mansion. It's an opportunity for the residents of Frankfort and Franklin County to meet with the General Assembly and for the executive and the legislative branch to get together. So you're welcome tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the Governor's Mansion.
Thank you, sir. Senator from Grayson, what purpose?
Announcement again, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Been informed by the Health Services Committee staff that the presenters for our special call meeting this evening will not arrive until about 3:30. So you'll have some time to go back to your office and answer emails and do all those good things we want to do before. But again, it'll start approximately 3:30. Thank you.
So the AI bots will arrive at 3:30.
Yes.
Thank you. Senator from Laurel, what purpose you wish to be recognized?
Communicate with the body.
Please communicate.
Mr. President, the Judiciary Committee will meet at 9 a.m. in the morning. Again, 9 a.m. in the morning.
Committee members, please take note. Senator from Bourbon, for what purpose do you wish to be recognized, sir?
Vote modification and announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, I was absent from the chamber and request to be shown as voting aye on Senate Bill 98 and Senate Bill 122. Have the appropriate paperwork.
Record will reflect that. Thank you, sir. Senator from Jefferson 33, what purpose?
Announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
I just want to announce that tomorrow at the Kentucky History Center is the last of 4 events of the Black History celebration. I know we're very busy during this period, and it'll be a stretch for many of us to attend, but if you can, it begins at 11 a.m. I think it's scheduled to go to about 1 p.m. We're going to have as the keynote speaker Vincent Evans, who's the executive director of the Congressional Black Caucus. We think it's an honor to have him. We're going to feature a panel, which I'm sure will be an interesting discussion. So if you're available, please come. You're very much welcome. Thank you, Mr.
11
President.
a.m. Members, yes. Please take note. Senator from Boone 20, you wish to be recognized again?
I do. The senator from Jefferson 19 pointed out an error and omission in my statement. Tomorrow night, it is black tie optional, so some of us may be wearing tuxes. You are not required to wear a black tie and tux or a formal gown, but apparently the senator from Jefferson will be here in all her formal attire, as will I in my black tie, but all are welcome to come as you are.
Thank you, Senator, for clarifying that. Senator from Bourbon, what purpose do you wish to be recognized?
Announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Education Committee will meet tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Education Committee members, 10 a.m. meeting. Please take note. Any other member of the body seeking recognition under this order of business? Seeing none, the next order of business is introduction of floor amendments. Mr. Clerk, do we have any floor amendments? Please introduce those to the body and the record.
New floor amendment, Senate Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 189 with Senate Committee Sub 1, Senator Rawlings.
Thank you, sir. Next order of business is introduction of new bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, please proceed with any introduction of new bills and resolutions.
New bills and resolutions, Senate Bill 246, an act relating to agriculture, Senator Howell. Senate Bill 247, an act relating to agriculture, Senator Howell. Senate Bill 248, an act relating to agriculture, Senator Howell. Senate Bill 249, an act relating to workforce development and declaring an emergency, Senator Wheeler. Senate Bill 250, an act relating to securing affordable, reliable, clean energy, Senator West. Senate Bill 251, an act relating to the Department of Corrections, Senator West. Senate Bill 252, an act relating to civil remedies and declaring an emergency, Senator Berg. Senate Bill 253, an act relating to medicinal cannabis, Senator West. Senate Bill 254, an act relating to programs to encourage the rehabilitation of property, Senator Neal. Senate Resolution 119, resolution honoring the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists on the occasion of its 75th anniversary and commending its members for their dedication to improving the health of patients, Senator Meredith. Senate Resolution 120, resolution recognizing February 25th, 2026 as Labor Lobby Day at the state capitol, Senator Clemens.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Any member seeking recognition prior to the final order of business? Seeing none, the next order of business is adjournment. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, with that, I move that the Senate adjourn until 2 p.m. Thursday, February 26, year of our Lord, 2026.
The Senate shall stand adjourned until 2 p.m. Thursday, February 26, year of our Lord, 2026.